The last lesson we learned about the LC.
Did we finish? We have some, I think that many questions.
We finished the exercise from 1 to 10.
Okay, good. So today we move to the next part of. Do you have any question about LC? Question? And monitor. Last time I asked, I said that if you need, I will present you one lecture before you have final exam. So if you I mean that you all have a final decision, please inform me as soon as possible. We can do in the evening or in the daytime, depends, but we need to negotiate. I mean that I need to negotiate. You inform me if I agree. I mean that I have, my time is available, so I will. But in case not, we have to negotiate to find the other time. That's why I said that inform me as soon as possible. Now we move to the last part of subject. Yeah, yes, that, okay. Do you have a question?
Have you decided the form of the final?
Final exam?
Yes.
Final exam?
Yes, the final exam.
Not depends on me. Depends on Banking Academy of Vietnam. So we have idea. I mean that I had idea that we have oral exam, but we are waiting for the final decision from Banking Academy of Vietnam. So if they have a final decision, I will inform you as soon as possible. But I think that 99% that you have an oral exam. 99%. Is that clear? Is it clear for you that?
Yes, it's clear for me.
Are you monitor or not? I use the monitor.
No,
yes?
No, Minh Long is.
Okay, no problem. Now, the last part is about UCP. Okay, I share my screen. UCP 600. Actually, in international payments, especially in under LC transaction, commercial banks often use UCP as a rules or law govern the transaction. Why they use UCP 600? Because from the beginning, the first lesson until now, you know that international payments is not simple, very complicated, not easy to understand exactly about the parties, not easy to get payment because of very different parties, different level of knowledge, different custom, different law, and also there are many different types of fraudulence lừa đảo. That's why we should use a common law, a common rules to lessen the risk. We should use as a common law or common rules. Law in Vietnamese, luật, rules, quy tắc. So we should use common one to lessen the risk, to make how to say, to find the common idea about many different things in business, in doing business. For example, when you use BL dates, for example, before you study international payments, if I say BL date, so you understand, easy for you to translate into Vietnamese. BL date means that ngày vật đơn. But we need to know what is BL date. And right now, I think that hopefully all of you, 100% of students in my class, have understood that BL date is shipment date. And what is a shipment date? Based on the transportation documents, we often say about BL, vật đơn đường biển. We based on the information on the front side of BL, so we know exactly about shipment date. We divide into two different cases. We studied before. First one is ship on board BL, and second one is receive for shipment BL. So based on that, we know exactly about shipment date. Now, shipment date, BL date, they are all one and the same, right? So that is the terms. If you don't work in this industry, you cannot understand BL date. That's why I said that we should use UCP, ISPP, because there are many different definitions in the UCP and in the ISPP. Many different, many definitions. For example, UCP 600, we have Article 2 definitions. From Article 2, we have many different definitions, like advising bank, applicant, banking day, beneficiary, compliant presentation, confirmation, confirming bank, credit, owner, issuing bank, negotiating bank, nominated bank. So we have many different definitions. From this one, provide you a lot of definition. So I don't care about your nationality. For example, maybe you are you do business with me and you are Cambodian enterprises, and I am Vietnamese enterprises. I don't care about your custom. I don't care about your opinion of for example, of honors. So, but we do business together. I do business with you, and then I state that we use UCP. Okay, so if I state that UCP, this LC is subject to UCP, so very easy. If you don't agree with me, and I say that, please look at the UCP 600, Article 2. Why I said that? Because look at Article 2, we have definition of honor. What is honor? Very clearly in the UCP 600, Article 2. That's why UCP is not a law. It's not a law. But I said that most commercial banks use UCP as a law govern the transaction. Okay, so now we are going to study the content of UCP, the main content of UCP. Of course, we cannot study all articles of UCP. That's why last time I posted some articles and I asked you to read before our lessons. Have you done? Have you read the articles I posted some days ago? I don't remember. I posted some days ago through Google Classroom. Yes or no? Answer me, please.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So now in our lessons, we study the nature of UCP 600 or the nature of UCP, bản chất của UCP. First, look at on the slide. UCP. UCP stands for some words. U stands for, U stands for, U stands for uniform. Uniform. C stands for customs. P stands for practice. Okay, the full name of these documents is UCP, Uniform Custom and Practice for Documentary Credits in Vietnamese, quy tắc thống nhất và thực hành về tín dụng chứng từ. Too long, that's why I think that the best is to use English. You can say UCP, UCP, okay? So from now, I think that we should say UCP. And also in the exam, we use abbreviation for this one, UCP, okay? So now, look at the all words of UCP. We cannot find the word of law. No, just customs and practice. Quy tắc thống nhất và thực hành. It is not a law, not a law. It is a legal optional, it is an optional legal documents. Optional legal documents. Again, UCP is an optional legal documents. UCP là một cái văn bản pháp lý tùy ý, optional legal documents, văn bản pháp lý tùy ý, but not law, not a law. It is not a law. It is optional legal documents, một cái văn bản pháp lý tùy ý. What is meaning of optional here? Optional here is, we move to the next part. Okay, look at on the slide. On the slide is definition of optional legal documents. We have 3 critical points on the slide. First one, it doesn't bind parties in documentary credit transaction to follow. I mean that you don't need to use. You don't need to use. If you don't want to use, okay. They don't force you to use, okay? It does not bind parties. The second point here is it enable use of any version of UCP. Okay, look at, we come back to the previous lessons, previous slide. Now look at the previous slide. You can see that on the slide, we have many different versions. The last version is UCP 600, come effects from 1st July 2007. 1st July 2007, 2007. Okay, the last point of optional legal documents is it enable addition or deletion of any article from any version of UCP. For example, you agree on using UCP 600. I mean, that's the latest version. You agree on the latest version of UCP. It is UCP 600. And all know that there are 39 articles in the UCP 600, 39 articles. Now, suppose that you say we use UCP 600 except the Article 10, except Article 10, or except Article 14, or except Article 14, sub-article A, B, C, for example. It is possible. It is you are allowed to do that. You don't need to apply all articles of the UCP. You can use some of them. Is that no problem? And also, you can add some other condition into the transaction. It is no problem. So look it again. Three critical points on the slide. It is very different from law documents. Very different from a law. Law means that you have to follow. You have no chance to refuse. If you refuse to use, mean that you against the law. It is not acceptable. If I say that it is a law, so you have to apply, you have to follow. So remember, the nature of UCP is optional legal documents. Okay, so now move to the content, some main content of UCP 600. Why we don't study all versions? Because we don't have time. And the second reason is UCP 600 is the latest version. That's why it is, we can say that update version, much better than the previous. That's why we should study UCP 600, but it doesn't mean that we cannot use UCP 500 or 400. It depends. You can use any version, but more than 90% of parties in transaction apply UCP 600 recent time. Okay, so now we move to some main content. First one, when we next year, in 1 year, you become bank staff. So you do business every day, and you need to know many different things, but not just some few things that you study in university. That's why in the Google Classroom, I ask you to read more than the number of articles. I ask you to read more than the article I explained in the class. So to do in the bank, to become a bank staff, you need to know many. That's why if you have time, and in the future, if you work for International Payments Department, I advise you to read all articles of UCP 600, and you read all articles of ISBP 745. You need to understand all. But in the class, of course, we study just some articles. Okay, so now, first one, we need to know which one is original, which one is non-original. So Article 17 explain about this one, this issue. So in case you need to know which one is original, which one is non-original, please read Article 17. Okay, and in the UCP 600, they focus on three types of documents. They are, look at on the slide, commercial invoice, hóa đơn thương mại, commercial invoice, hóa đơn thương mại. By Article 18 UCP 600, the next documents is mentioned in the UCP 600 is transport documents. Transport documents or transportation documents. They are all one and the same. You can say transport documents in Vietnamese, chứng từ vận tải. Or you can say transportation documents, chứng từ vận tải too. Same. Okay. So from Article 19 to Article 23 of UCP 600, the last documents you can you will study in the UCP 600 is insurance documents. Insurance documents, chứng từ bảo hiểm. It is Article 28 of UCP 600. Okay, so now we move to the Article 2. The most important definition of Article 2 is complying presentation. This definition we studied before, and hopefully all of you understand exactly about what is CP, what is non-CP. Remember, CP is a documentation. Documentation. The documentation comply simultaneously, đồng thời, simultaneously, three different things on the left side. Term and condition of the credit, applicable provision of this rule, and ISPP. Okay, so I think that I can skip this because of you studied before. We move to Article 10. Article 10 is about amendment. Amendment in Vietnamese, sửa đổi. Sửa đổi. Okay, now, based on UCP 600, Article 10, please answer 6 questions on the slide. We have a 6th question. Before you discuss and find out the answer, I need one to translate into Vietnamese. Maybe each student translate. One student translate. Each student translate one question. Okay. So now, who to be a volunteer? Moment. Okay, 24, please. 24, please.
The first question is why is it necessary to amend an LC? Dịch là tại sao cần thiết để phải sửa đổi LC ạ?
Okay. This is the first question. Thank you very much. 21, maybe? 21? Okay, moment. Yes, 21, please. $21, please. Oh, we have a 7th question. Where are you now? 21? Hello. Okay, Trường Long, please. Which number of Trường Long? Oh, maybe he has problem. 24, please. 24, please.
Oh, I just answered. We just call
Sorry,
before.
sorry, 40, please.
Vâng, câu 2 là có những cách nào để bên thụ hưởng có nhận được thông báo về việc chấp nhận hoặc từ chối một cái thay đổi LC
What is it amendment in Vietnamese?
là sự sửa đổi ạ.
Ok. Có những cách nào để người thụ hưởng? Again, có những cách nào để người thụ hưởng?
Nhận được thông báo về sự chấp nhận hoặc từ chối về đối với sự sửa đổi ạ. Đối với cái việc sửa đổi.
Is it your number? 40 is your number.
Yes.
Okay. 21, please. The question number 2. 21.
Yes.
Translate question number 2. Yes.
Người thụ hưởng có thể dùng cách nào để thông báo về việc chấp nhận hoặc là từ chối sự sửa đổi?
Is it correct? It is exact. Okay. Okay. Next. 44, please.
I will translate the third question. Số lần chỉnh sửa nó có giới hạn không?
Số lần sửa đổi
Có giới hạn hay là không?
Số lần sửa đổi có bị giới hạn hay không?
Yeah.
Ok. Số lần sửa đổi có bị giới hạn hay không? Next. 26. 26. 26. Oh, sorry, 6. Number 6.
About question 4, it mean một sự sửa đổi sẽ được sửa đổi sau khi gửi hàng, liệu có được chấp nhận hay không?
Okay, right. 15.
Em thưa cô là câu số 5 có nghĩa là có được chấp nhận một lần sửa đổi hay không?
No.
Có được chấp nhận sửa đổi từng phần.
Ok, có chấp nhận sửa đổi từng phần có được phép hay không?
Vâng.
Chấp nhận sửa đổi từng phần có được phép hay không? Thank you. And next one is 36.
Câu 6 là khi nào thì một sửa đổi có hiệu lực?
Khi nào sửa đổi trở nên có hiệu lực? Ok. Next is 36. The last one? Okay. We still have question number 7. Okay, who want to answer this question? Right now, I see your hands. If you don't want to answer, please lower your hands. 54, please.
Em có câu 7 đấy là dịch là bên nào sẽ là người phát hành sửa đổi và người thông báo sửa đổi.
Ok. Vậy thì người phát hành sửa đổi là ai? Người thông báo sửa đổi là ai? Is Vietnamese. Người phát hành sửa đổi là ai? Người thông báo sửa đổi là ai? Is it clear? Okay. So now you understand the meaning of questions. And now, based on the UCP 600 Article 10, please prepare for the answers. I give you 10 minutes for 7 questions. 10 minutes. We start answering from 10:16. 10:16. Okay, please.
anh à, anh ơi, là cho em hỏi tí là bây giờ công trình mình hoàn thành bao nhiêu phần trăm rồi? 90% ạ? Vâng. Vâng, ok, rồi, ok anh. Đợi để em báo cáo anh lại với hội sở nó. Vâng, vâng, vâng.